Significantly increased expenditure towards higher learning over the past 5 years. This comes after Treasury found a way to accommodate university subsidies through reallocations. Earlier this year, higher education was allocated 16 billion rand to fund the 0% increase. Allocations to the National Student Fund scheme will grow at 18.5%, while university subsidies will increase by 10.9%. The increase will go towards subsidizing the 8% tuition increase for students from households that earn less than 600,000 rand per annum. Technical and vocational education and training colleges are also to receive support to refurbish their facilities.
He didn't say where the money is coming from. So we presume it's going to be debt funded, but if this is something that's going to continue into the future, then they need to raise more taxes, so I think we'll see more clarity in time to come. But I think the students were asking for 25, they got 17.
Supporting for free education, Treasury is faced with a challenging low-growth economic environment, which means less revenue. The economy is projected to grow at 0.5% this year and 1.3% next year. As a result, Treasury has projected a revenue shortfall of 23 billion rand this year alone and a 36 billion rand in the next fiscal year.
As long as our economy doesn't grow, as long as our revenue base doesn't grow, we can't afford old levels of expenditure. We've got to do new things and make new choices about where we spend our money.
Minister Pravin Gordhan has proposed a tax measure to raise an additional 13 billion rand in the 2017-18 fiscal year. That's in addition to the income tax hike announced in the February budget speech. This is an effort to stabilize the country's rising debt levels. It's a big challenge to control debt in a low-growth environment. This as government has had to borrow to meet some of its social programs and to respond to new spending pressures like fees must fall. Government debt is expected to stabilize at 47.9% of GDP in the 2019-20 fiscal year compared to 46.2% of GDP this year.
To come. He didn't say which taxes. So people are guessing indirect taxes, they're guessing VAT, but it will probably be a combination of a few of them, but I'm guessing VAT will probably be the big one that they hit us with.
Deficit is projected to widen to 3.4% of GDP as opposed to the February budget estimate of 3.2%. Government has proposed reducing its expenditure ceiling by 10 billion rand. This as government needs to cut spending to better balance its books. Balintlim Tetwa, SABC News, Parliament.